Hey guys, Folded Legs here. Welcome back to the channel. Before we jump into today's video, do me a quick favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss a new upload. It only takes a second, but it helps us grow and keeps the community strong. Plus, it lets me know you're enjoying the content so I can keep bringing you even more. Alright, let's get started. Hey guys, Folded Legs here. And first off, I have to start with a massive, soul-crushing apology. There's no gameplay in the background today. My hard drive completely messed up and I lost quite a bit. Well, all the footage I had backed up for this episode. It's one of those moments where you just want to roll down a ramp and not stop. So sorry about that. We'll be back to regular chaos next week. But today, we have bigger things to worry about than lack of background distraction. We are diving headfirst into the Trost arc, the pivotal moment where everything changes. If you are watching this and have not finished Season 1 of Attack on Titan, seriously, turn back now. This entire video is a minefield of spoilers. We're talking about Eren becoming a Titan, the entire military freaking out, Pixis being the absolute GOAT, and the shocking, violent birth of humanity's only real hope. We're breaking down the tension, the chaos, and why Armin's little shaking speech is one of the most important moments in the entire series. The sheer, gut-wrenching panic that sets in when Pixis draws his sword as a masterclass in tension. We analyze the political fallout, the desperate gambits, and the terrifying realization that survival demands becoming the very thing you fear. Eren's transformation is a symbol of that awful sacrifice. A thunderous, screaming answer to a hopeless prayer. It's a tragedy, but it's our tragedy. It changes everything forever. So grab your 3D maneuver gear and brace yourself, because it only gets wilder from here. Let's jump right into the beautiful, messy trauma of Trost. Yes, there's gameplay in the background. No, it has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm talking about. It's just there so you don't have to stare at my face for the next 15 minutes while we break down one of the wildest turning points in Season 1. So, last week we ended with humanity's biggest shock since, well, the wall-breaking kind. A Titan just saved humans, and not just any random giant. This thing fights like a soldier. Smarter, faster, angrier. It's tearing through other Titans like it's been waiting for this moment its whole life. Everyone's stunned. Mikasa, Armin, and the remaining cadets are basically standing there like, wait, did that Titan just drop kick another Titan? And it did. It really did. Now, here's where things start clicking. The Titan takes a brutal beating, but still moves with purpose. It's not just rampaging, it's defending. Mikasa sees something familiar in the way it fights. The movements, the aggression. Something in her gut says, that's Eren. But no one wants to believe that, right? Because, he was literally eaten, digested, gone, cut to Armin. Bless his anxious little heart. Piecing things together like he's running Windows 98 in his brain. The Titan collapses after the battle, and from its steaming neck stump, Eren Yeager himself, naked, covered in steam, but somehow alive. Humanity's biggest mystery just got weirder, and now everyone's pointing weapons at him. Because of course they are. You wake up inside a dead Titan. You're not exactly getting a warm welcome. The garrison soldiers are convinced he's a threat. The cadets are panicking. Armin's having an existential crisis. Mikasa's ready to kill anyone who even breathes wrong near him. So basically a normal Tuesday in Trost. What's brilliant here is the chaos and how it mirrors real fear. The military is split. Do they kill Eren as a monster or trust him as a human? The show doesn't give you time to breathe. It's loud, claustrophobic, and raw. You can feel how cornered they all are, both physically and emotionally. And the thing is, this part hit me personally. People fear what they don't understand. I get that look sometimes too. When people see my wheelchair or the tech I use, it's like their brain short circuits for a second. And that's exactly what's happening here. Humanity can't process what they're seeing. Instead of asking questions, they raise guns. Armin, of course, is the voice of reason. He's shaking, terrified, but still trying to think logically. He's the one who steps up and starts arguing that Eren might actually be humanity's chance, not its doom. This whole sequence is peak Attack on Titan. Panic, politics, and pain all mashed together in one room. It's brilliant, stressful, and honestly, kind of relatable. Yes, so we dive straight into Episode 12, Wound, The Struggle for Trust, 3. This episode hits different. It's the turning point where confusion meets chaos, and trust is hanging by a single thread. The episode opens with Eren still reeling from what just happened. He's in the middle of a war zone, not against Titans anymore, but against fear itself. The soldiers around him are staring, trembling, guns shaking in their hands. You can almost feel the air vibrate with panic. Eren's secret is out. He's a Titan, not metaphorically, not symbolically. He literally just turned into one of the things humanity's been terrified of for 100 years. And now everyone's asking the same question: is he still one of us? Or one of them, Mikasa, as always? Isn't hesitating. She's right in front of him, blades ready, not to attack, but to defend. That girl would take on an entire battalion with one arm and a headache, if it meant keeping Eren alive. I love that loyalty. It's something fierce and almost self-destructive, but it's also real. Armin, though, oh man. You can see the gears in his head spinning like they're about to snap. He's not the fighter in this group. He's the brain, and right now, he's doing the hardest math problem ever. How do you talk a bunch of terrified soldiers into not shooting your best friend? That whole scene where the soldiers are yelling at Eren to prove he's human. It's so tense it hurts. He doesn't even know how to explain it. He barely understands what happened himself. He's clutching his bleeding hand, still confused, trying to make sense of this power that feels like both a curse and a miracle. And then you get that spark, Armin stepping forward, shaking, terrified, but refusing to shut up. He starts defending Eren like his life depends on it, which, well, it kind of does. He tells them Eren's not the enemy. He reminds them how many Titans Eren just killed, how he saved their lives. It's one of those moments where words feel heavier than weapons. This whole scene always gets me because I know what it's like when people look at you and only see something different, something they don't understand. You can tell them 100 times that you're on their side, but fear doesn't care about logic. Fear just shoots first. And here's the part that makes me laugh through the tension, because if this were me in that situation, stuck between soldiers with guns and a half-Titan friend glowing with weird energy, I'd probably just roll back slowly like, all right, boys, I'm out. Y'all figure this out without me. But Armin doesn't back down. That's the heart of it. He believes in Eren. He believes in something bigger than fear. As the episode closes, the soldiers are still unsure. The tension doesn't really break, it just shifts. They decide to take Eren to the higher-ups, which honestly feels like trading one death sentence for another. The ending shot is perfect, though. Eren's face half in shadow, half in sunlight. He's not the same kid we met back in episode 1. He's something else now. Something caught between human and monster, between hope and destruction. And that's where the episode leaves us, hanging between two worlds. You can almost hear the gears of fate turning, and trust me, what comes next changes everything. So, where we left off, Eren had just gone full Mystery Titan mode, and things were getting weird. Like, really weird. We've got humanity's biggest enemy suddenly helping us fight Titans. The soldiers are freaked out. Armin's brain is trying to process a million things at once, and Mikasa, she's on pure emotion at this point. Heartbreak, determination, and a whole lot of I will murder anything that tries to take Eren away from me again. The episode opens with the soldiers still trying to make sense of the friendly Titan. The battlefield looks like a blender made of screaming and concrete. Titans are falling left and right, not because of the humans, But because of that one Titan just throwing hands like it's a bar, fight at closing time, Armin finally steps up here. He's still traumatized, but this is where his mind starts to shine. He realizes something. That Titan isn't just fighting for humanity. It's protecting Mikasa. He puts two and two together. Could that Titan be Eren? Now, let's pause for a second. This twist was massive when it first aired. Like world-stopping massive. Because up until this point, we've been told over and over, Titans equals monsters. Humans equals snacks. There was no in-between. So when Armin yells out that the Titan could be Eren, it's this moment of shock, disbelief, and maybe a little hope that humanity might actually have a fighting chance. The manga version of this scene, way more raw. It doesn't pull punches. You can practically feel the chaos. The anime adds more sound and scale. The screams, the crumbling walls, the crunch of bones. It's cinematic, but the manga? It's pure nightmare fuel on paper. Anyway, back to the battlefield. Mikasa and Armin rush toward Eren's Titan form, and when that thing collapses, it's just devastating, because for a moment, you forget it's Eren. You just see this giant body disintegrating, while steam hisses off it like a dying machine, and then boom, Eren bursts out of its neck, unconscious but alive. The boy literally respawned from a Titan. This moment always hits me hard, like yeah, it's epic. But it's also that moment where you realize how brutal survival can be. Sometimes it means losing pieces of yourself and not even knowing what you've become. I've had moments like that, not Titan level obviously, but those times where you crawl through a bad day and somehow still make it out breathing. It's victory, but it's messy victory. The soldiers surround him. Some are screaming to shoot. Others are frozen. Fear versus hope in one shot. And the one person who steps forward to protect him, of course it's Mikasa. That girl would fight the entire planet if it meant keeping him safe. And then Pixis shows up, this absolute legend of a man with a mustache and a flask. He looks at Eren, listens to the chaos, and says something that defines the rest of the season. If this boy can plug the hole and save humanity, then I say we let him try. That's leadership right there, not blind faith, but the ability to see that sometimes you have to take the impossible risk. The episode ends with the soldiers gearing up for one final stand. Eren barely conscious, Armin terrified but focused, Mikasa ready to fight gods if she has to, and just like that, humanity has its first hope since the walls fell. So after the chaos with the cannons and everyone finally deciding not to blast Eren into a puddle, the episode shifts into full mission mode. Commander Pixis gives the kind of pep talk that sounds motivational until you remember half these. Cadets are basically teenagers with trust, issues, and blades. He's like, humanity's future depends on you. And I'm just sitting here like, sir, I can't even trust my own joystick to steer straight sometimes. Anyway, Eren's plan sounds simple enough. Turn into a Titan, lift a massive boulder, plug the hole in the wall. Easy, right? Yeah, sure. Easy like climbing a ramp in the rain without brakes. The soldiers line up, hearts pounding. The music quiets down like even the orchestra is nervous. Then Eren bites his hand, lightning cracks. Steam erupts, and the transformation is insane. But of course, this is Attack on Titan, so immediately goes off the rails. Eren just stands there, frozen. Mikasa tries to talk him down and boom, he punches her right in the face. Humanity's savior, ladies and gentlemen. She survives because she's built different, but everyone else is panicking like, cool, guess we're doomed again. The defensive lines start crumbling, Titans close in, and hope slips away faster than my grip on a wet ramp. It's one of those scenes that perfectly captures this series. You want to laugh, you want to cry, and you kind of want to flip a table. Eren's supposed to be their miracle, but right now he's just another disaster waiting to happen, and that's where the episode cuts. No resolution, just Mikasa standing there in front of a half-conscious Titan whispering his name like she's trying to reboot an old computer. So yeah, that's where we'll pick up next time. The chaos at Trost, humanity's last gamble, and whether Aaron finally wakes up and becomes the hero we've been waiting for. If you made it this far, you're officially part of the scout squad of stubborn souls. Drop a comment below and tell me what your reaction was the first time Aaron hit that transformation wall. Did you yell, laugh, or throw something at your screen? I'll see you all next Saturday for the next deep dive. Stay brave, stay weird, and try not to punch your friends mid-conversation. Hold on, wait. If you made it this far, you're in the OG squad. Seriously, thank you. I really appreciate everything you have done for me. You give me a voice when I take it and have one. Seriously, thank you. Drop a wet ramp in the comments so I know. Have a wonderful day.